Welcome to Life Lessons. In the Life Lessons series, we look at different people and different experiences from different scriptures, and we try to learn lessons that will guide our lives and our pilgrimage. And so, this is Life Lessons from the life of David, and our text is 2 Samuel chapter 5, and we would break this into a series of 15 parts, and this is part number 1. The topic for part number 1 is learn to wait. Learn to wait. The text is 2 Samuel 5, and I read from verse 1 to verse 5. Then all the tribes of Israel came to David at Hebron and spoke, saying, "Indeed, we are your bone and your flesh." Also in time past, when Saul was king over us, you were the one who led Israel out and brought them in. And the Lord said to you, "You shall shepherd my people Israel and be ruler over Israel." Therefore, all the elders of Israel came to the king at Hebron, and King David made a covenant with them at Hebron before the Lord. And they anointed David king over Israel. David was 30 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned for 40 years. In Hebron, he reigned over Judah 7 years and 6 months, and in Jerusalem, he reigned 33 years, all over Israel and Judah. Praise the name of the Lord. Now, I want you to know that there is a time and a season for everything God has ordained for your life. There is a time and a season. Now, in this passage, we see that after years of waiting, it came to pass that David was made king over the whole of Israel. However, please note the time frame between David's being anointed as king and when David eventually became king. And in between those years, if you remember, David had killed Goliath. David played the harp in Saul's palace. David led armies to fight wars. David fell out with Saul. David was chased throughout the land in caves and wilderness, up and down. And yet, David waited. He knew what God had said to him. David waited. Beloved, learn to wait. What God has spoken concerning you will come to pass. Don't give up on that vision. Don't give up on that dream. Don't give up on that ministry. Don't give up on what the Lord has spoken to your heart. Learn to wait. There are some things I have been waiting to see for 30 years, and I am still waiting. I am waiting in faith for some parts of our world to come in bended knees to Jesus Christ. I am still waiting for a move of the Spirit to blow across my tribe and my clan. I am still waiting for God to do some specific things in my family. I am still waiting for the church of God to rise in fresh power and revival in the area of the world where I am living and working right now. I am waiting because the Lord has spoken. The second thing I wanted to say is, please don't take shortcuts. I've said this, I think, in a previous recording. I've written this in a book I published recently. And I want to say this now, that indeed, shortcuts can become long cuts. I want to say that when we want to take a shortcut, God will block the road for you. Imagine when Saul came into a cave and wanted to ease himself. And the men of David said, "Strike him now, strike him now." And David said, "How can I strike the Lord's anointed?" I want you to know, don't follow the advice of men who want to give you a shortcut. They will lead you on a pathway that is away from God's purpose for your life. Don't listen to them. When a man came and said to David, "I was the one that slew Saul," thinking he would get a reward, the king David said, "Kill this man," for he was not afraid to touch the Lord's anointed. When two other men went and cut off the head of Ishbosheth, the Saul's son who took over from Saul, and thought that they were going to make David happy, David said, "How dare you kill an innocent man because you want to make me king?" David refused the counsel of even those who wished him well, those who wanted him to ascend the throne, but in a wrong way. Don't listen to men who bring counsel that is not in God's way. There is a way and there's a time. There is a time and there's a pattern. Wait for God's time. Follow God's pattern. In God's own precise way, He will bring you into the place He has ordained for you. Life lesson number 1, wait, beloved. Wait for the Lord. Wait on the Lord. My most recent book is titled, Wait on the Lord. I hear God saying, the people of God must learn to wait for the time of God. God bless you as you wait patiently for God's timing and God's pattern. David eventually became king over the whole of Judah and the whole of Israel, but he waited. He waited for God's time. God bless you.